Hello, it's Bree Stillings. Thank you so much for jumping on a very short video about how the Mary Kay opportunity is changing. Welcome from my home office. Yes, my computer is up higher, so you're looking at me at an angle, but I'm super excited about all the changes that are getting ready to happen in Mary Kay. We have been number one for the last 3 years, number one direct selling beauty brand worldwide. And things are only going to get easier. The competition is about to get smaller, and online ordering and our new e-commerce platform is going to make it easier than ever for somebody to start a Mary Kay business. And I just want to share with you a little bit about that. So before I dive into what's new about the Mary Kay opportunity, let me just share with you my story and my journey. I love a coffee cup. I started Mary Kay. Look at me. I'm just going to lounge back and chat with you. I am a full-time high school teacher. This is my 20th year in education. I am a mom of three. I started Mary Kay 8 years ago when my youngest of three was 1 year old. So I had a 1 year old, a 6 year old, and a 7 year old at the time. So life was busy then, and we just needed extra money. That has not changed. Life is still busy and I still need extra money. The kids just keep getting more expensive. And I wouldn't be able to do what I do today, go on the trips that we go on, have this beautiful new home office in our dream home, if it were not for the Mary Kay opportunity. Because if I had sat around and waited on the state of North Carolina to give me a raise, I would still be waiting. It doesn't happen. And in fact, I don't think I'm scheduled to get another raise for another 5 years. So I have to wait 5 more years to get a raise. On the flip side, thank goodness I started the Mary Kay opportunity. I have been able to save up money for college. All three of them have a very good college nest egg. We have been able to purchase a camper that we keep at the beach so that we go to the beach as often as we want to. And just other fun trips. Now, some people would use their Mary Kay earnings on medical bills and caring for a sick family member. I have just always used our Mary Kay money, our Mary Kay profits for travel. That is my joy zone. And that's what we do. So that is why I'm so passionate. I love these products. These products have changed my skin. I have very bad adult acne and cystic acne. And these are the miracle drugs right here. I just love them. Especially, you can't see it on camera, but this line up here, those are my favorites. So let me share with you a little bit about the opportunity. There is a PowerPoint. I just have to find it. I am good with technology, I promise. I do teach for a living. Here we go. Hey, here we go. Okay. So yeah, I love the title of this, The Bright Future, because you all have a bright future with Mary Kay. Um, We're just going to leave it at that. My face is really small in this video, but that's okay. Okay, here, let's go through this fast. I'm going to respect your time. There is a new e-commerce platform showing up. Our websites are going to look a little different. This doesn't really matter to you because you are not a current consultant, so you don't have to worry about what you need to change. But moving forward in the new e-commerce era with Mary Kay, you are going to be able to choose if you want to sell in person or online. Now, I personally have always done both. I sell a lot of product in person. I deliver. I take stuff and put it in my customers' mailboxes. I take stuff to school for teachers, but I also do a lot online, and I'm so excited that this new online platform is going to make it even easier for people to get started. The timeline, this is it right now. I would say you need to decide in October or November if you're going to do this thing, okay? This is when things are going to get exciting, and this is when things are going to change. We're also changing our payment process. We are switching to Stripe. The benefit to Stripe is that when a customer shops online on your website for a product, your profits from that will direct deposit immediately into your checking account. So you don't have to wait for a certain day to get the payout. You do not have to wait and transfer the money from a holding zone into your checking account. Like it goes instantly. So as far as consultants getting paid, you get paid immediately when the transaction happens. All right, I'm going to go fast over some of the things that are changing because you don't have to worry about what was. You just need to know about the new stuff. So here is something super exciting about the tiered discount. In Mary Kay, you have the opportunity to make a 50% profit. The problem is, as your sales director and as your recruiter and as your mentor, it has been kind of a struggle to get some people started recently just because they don't have the get up and go to get active. So now you can start a business that grows at your pace. So the way it's going to grow for new consultants is you can either make 50% or 30% on day one. It depends on how you can get started because some consultants have enough income to where they can go ahead and place a little bit of inventory. I like the idea of having a little bit of inventory at home. It makes selling in person a lot easier, but this is not feasible for all consultants. And so that's what I love right now for all of you watching this video is you have the choice. So you can start with a $600 order of inventory. Now, what that does is that immediately bumps you up to the 50% profit. It also gets you your bonus. That's option one. Option two, you can do half of that. You can do a 225 inventory order. Instantly bumps you up to the 50% earnings, but you haven't earned your bonus yet. You can cumulative work together to earn your bonus. Option three, you start at a slower pace, just letting people order off of your website, and you start out earning a 30% profit until you hit that threshold of 225, and then you jump and you level up. So you start out at 30 and you work until you're ready to level up to 50%. But what I like is that you are still earning 30% immediately, people. This is brand new because some of the consultants that I've been working with they're starting Mary Kay because they need money, not because they have money. And if you feel like you want to earn some money and you're scared because you don't know how much money you have to put in up front, I'm telling you right now, you can either put 600 in up front, 225 up front, or nothing. And you're still going to make some income. You just don't make as much income at first, but then you work your way up to it. This is so great. It makes it so easy for everybody. So that's it. So you just begin selling immediately on the new website, My Shop. You earn 30% immediately until you accumulate the right amount, and then you earn 50% profit. That's great news because everybody gets this. So this is how new consultants are going to start. This is also how consultants who are inactive or who haven't done anything in 6 months, there is no requirement to sell in Mary Kay each month. And what you're going to find is a lot of your Mary Kay sisters do nothing for 2 or 3 months and then do a lot for a month or two and then do nothing for 2 or 3 months because that's the flexibility that Mary Kay offers. And so not only is this how you start your business with the 30 and the 50, it's also how you work your business long term in the future when you take a break and then you start back up. You take another break, you start back up. That's how you're going to work. It's so flexible and there's always money to be made. I love this calendar. So this kind of explains it a little bit more about how you would get started as a new consultant. If you cannot place that 225 order up front to get some inventory, then this is what it would look like if you just sent everybody to your website. Now, I do things to help you get these orders in. We have been doing a 15-minute Facebook party for new consultants, and it's working like a charm. The average party generates 3 to 4 orders just from that short 15 minutes. So if you think about you got your first 3 orders, you would have enough to do the 225 and immediately make 50% profit. But here's another example, okay? So let's look at this. Let's just pretend this is November. November 5th, you get a $70 order. You make 30% profit. Then November 13th, you get a $90 order, 70%, 30% profit. Then November 22nd, you get a big $150 order, 30% profit. Now you have accumulated enough to make 50% profit. So that next order you get on the 28th, you're going to make the full 50% profit on that order. So for the month, you have sold approximately $510. And rather than, like not making much profit because you weren't active, you still made $198 on all of that. Yes, you did. And now you're considered active. So in Mary Kay, once you become considered active, you have your 50% off discount for any other order that month and for every order for the next 2 months. So if this were November and you finally earned that 50% by the end of November, you would keep the 50% status for all the orders in December and all the orders in January. So my number one goal as your mentor is going to be to get you to that 50% status, because once you're there, now you can make the maximum amount of profit for the following 2 months on every order. Online, in person, doesn't matter. And you can do that without inventory or with inventory. It's totally up to you. Definitely, you're going to make more income as an active consultant at the 50% profit instead of the 30% profit. And that's our goal, to get you there. It's just great. It's just great. Now, this is, I think it's just repeating the same stuff, like when you're ordering inventory and when you're not. So here's something I want to propose to you. I'm going to stop sharing this because this is like how to get your back office. I'm going to share with you this little sticky note. I struggle a lot of times, sometimes, with my faith and with my belief. And so I put little sticky notes around the house. Well, this is the sticky note that is currently in my bathroom to look at me every day. And it says, give your entire attention to what God is doing right now. And don't get worked up about what may or may not happen tomorrow. God will help you deal with whatever things come up with when the time comes. And I needed that. That's from Matthew 6:34. So if you needed to hear that, you just go read Matthew 6. Read the whole chapter. It's a pretty good chapter. But I need to hear this because a lot of times, it's October, and let's say I have a bad day in October, business. We have a bad business day in October. I'm real quick to go like, well, March is going to suck. And I need that reminder that to stop worrying about March. It's October. Just worry about October right now. And so I want to say to you that if that tiered discount of getting either 30% off or 50% off really sounds like you're going to make money no matter what, you're going to make money in Mary Kay. If that makes sense just for the next 3 months, then you should say yes to this opportunity. You don't need to worry about what March or June is going to look like in your Mary Kay business. You can decide to keep going or you can quit then. All I need you to do right now, and all Matthew 6:34 needs you to do right now, is just look at October. If this makes sense, if shopping at a 50% off discount on all these products for your Christmas present and also making a little extra money for Christmas, if that makes sense, those two things, if that makes sense for your family to survive and have a better December, then you need to say yes. It's $35 to get started, and I will get you set up. Let's sign up in October and let's set up your new website November 1st and get started. And that's all I need you to think of. Quit worrying about what this is going to look like next spring. Do you have time later on? What is this going to look like, over this summer? Quit trying to worry about that right now and just think, does this make sense for the next 2 to 3 months to get a discount? Because once you hit that 50% discount, you can order all your own personal Christmas shopping. You want to give everybody in your family this body wash, you're going to buy it for 50% off. This bad boy right here costs $18 in the catalog. So you're going to give everybody this in your family for a whopping $9. That's all it's going to cost you. If you need to save some money on your shopping and make a little profit to go buy those other gifts, if that makes sense for you right now, say yes. It is $35 to say yes. And we're only going to worry about the next 3 months. And we'll talk about the rest of it later. Okay. That's my scripture that I'm following. That is my faith that I am following right now. It's $35 to get started. So if this is a calling on your heart, I really want you to give me your feedback. I think I have some other exciting feedback opportunities for you. You got points into the drawing just for watching this video. You can earn more points if you want to get on a discovery call with me and ask some questions. And I'll kind of, if you're thinking about it, but you got a lot of questions, let me answer those questions for you on a call. You could earn more points. And then I'll do the drawing at the end of November, because I just started this. So we're going to do this the last week of October and November. And then I'm going to give away a great $100 prize. So just for watching this, you do get that. But in addition to that, I'm trying to earn a pink Cadillac. You can't see it from this view, but I've got my thermometer set up over there for my pink Cadillac. And what I am personally looking for is 10 new business builders, 10 who are working to earn that first bonus, just the first bonus. I'm looking for 10 women just to earn the bonus, okay? And it's cumulative. So that means throughout the next 2 months, you just finally get in $600 wholesale. Because those 10, I'm also going to give those 10 women a $50 Amazon card for earning their bonus. Okay, so let's backtrack a second. You're buying all your products at a 50% discount. You're earning a 50% profit, or 30 or 40, depending on where you are. We just get started. Those first 2 or 3 orders might only get 30, but then the rest of them, you got a 50% profit. You're earning money. You're shopping at a discount. When you hit that bonus, you're going to get $120 worth of free product for yourself, or they can be gifts. And then you're also going to get a $50 Amazon card from me that you can turn around and buy more Christmas gifts with. So like I said, if this makes sense for you for the next 2 months, then let's do it. Let's do it. You get me as your mentor, your recruiter, as well as your director. We don't need to think about next year. We don't need to think what the future brings. We're just going to think about, does this make sense right now?